Wow, I have to say, I sat here this entire time and I did not upload the new theme song. Um, and I am just so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed.
no.
So as we do that, let's just talk about what do we have going on tonight. We have the chain of safety that I have been erroneously been calling the chain of destiny. I don't know if you noticed. That's what I was calling it on the socials.
Yeah,
And I've heard
no.
chain of safety. I went on and I changed it on everything like really, really quick. I'm sure I missed some stuff.
I did not notice. That's so funny.
Yeah, I think I was.
I've been
the coin of destiny.
The coin of destiny.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Well, I've been referring to this as the chain of fools this whole time, as you know, and ode to Aretha, you know.
Did you just say urethra?
You did. It sounded
Didn't it sound like it? Yikes!
I said
Well, thank God the video's uploaded. Let's just do it. All right, this is jury duty. Good. You know what else I realized we don't do? Listen, y'all. My name is Kyle Petty. I'm joined here with John Dunphy and Gino, and this is Jury
No
Duty.
one knows our names.
Okay. Wow. They just assume you're watching us. I never
That's
thought
so
about the people
funny.
who might be listening. So just in case you give two craps, that's our name. All right. Find us on the socials. BB Jury Duty. All right. Now.
I didn't say
You did it
urethra,
all.
bro.
It was like Aretha.
I said Aretha, and then like went to say Aretha again, but said Arethra. So it was close.
Maybe that'll
But
be
I
the
didn't
clip.
say
Maybe
urethra.
that'll be the clip from Mon
That's
Monday.
going on the socials.
Mm-hmm.
Exposed.
Yes, that'll be the
Great.
perfect thing for Mon Monday. Okay, so where
There's
do
something
we
on Mon
start?
Monday.
Who what? We're done with Mon Monday. We have a lot of stuff to do. We have a lot of
There's
stuff.
so much to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about. Okay. So as we spoiled last time, Jess wins HOH.
Yeah.
And well, I guess one can say things didn't go so hot.
No.
No. I would like to get into first. Wait, what? Huh?
No, I was just gonna say somebody this week said, Jess, I think this was worse than Kyle's HOH. And that I can't agree with. Yeah, that I can't agree with, but we'll get there.
I
guess.
can't agree with it, but it had the same ending. Yikes.
Honestly, in a way, it was a worse. In a way, it was a worse ending if you think about it. But we'll get there.
I'd love to know why you think it was a worse ending. I'd love to know. But yes, we'll get there. But first, Betty is a thug, y'all. Listen, there is nobody that Betty won't get in the face of. Okay?
I love her.
I
Yeah.
love her. And I didn't see any of this coming. She
Mhm.
could not help herself with Moose.
No.
Ooh.
No. So fun.
Yeah.
Just so fun. That's all I had to say about that. I don't even, because at this point, I don't even remember verbatim what she said, because now that feels like so long ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember her just being like straight up, like, "Do not talk to me," and like just pretty much right.
Yeah, I
like,
think he had pitched her name instead of him going up on the block.
Pitched her name, but also said that she didn't. Basically, had hinted at the fact that she didn't deserve to be there. Now he was saying later on that this was an overinflation by Jess, but I don't think they overinflated this at all. I think that is exactly what you said, Booze. Okay, you just kind of got caught. All right, so sorry about it, but yeah, Betty with her whole. I really don't appreciate you saying I don't deserve to be here. Am I allowed to respond? No. Can we have a conversation?
Yeah.
No. And he's like, I should let you know how I'm feeling. I don't care. You should get to know how I'm feeling. Goodbye. And I'm like, Betty's too much. Betty's too much.
No, I love Betty. I didn't expect like just the openness from her, especially in a game like this. Like you said, like she no bones about it.
Oh,
I'm
she
just gonna
pulls
call
no
you out.
punches. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no bones about it. My mother says that. I love it.
Oh.
All right, so what else?
God, what else?
There's so much else. So I need to take notes. Is what I need to do.
I'm looking at my notes and I barely remember what happened.
All right, well, you know what? We'll just go in order with here. So, Jess puts up Herman and Moose.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what we can get into here. Did you think that Herman's walk up to the nomination chair was disrespectful?
I actually had to rewind it and watch it again because I was like, what are they talking about? Like, what even happened? I didn't notice that anything happened at all. And everybody's like, all of a sudden, they're complaining about how they're disrespecting the ceremony and all this stuff. I was like, what did I not see just now?
Yeah, saying that, oh, this would have been much less painful if I didn't tell them ahead of time. Painful? So, okay,
to the point where I was like, did they just not edit something into the ceremony? Like, what did I miss?
I don't think so, because it didn't sound like any of the other house guests were echoing, these sentiments.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing was weird to me. I will say that I did get like the impression this week, and maybe this was the edit sort of like nudging me to feel this way, but just some of the behavior from like Herman and Moose and me, I honestly couldn't even really put my finger on it, but like just some of the behavior from Herman and Moose, I just a couple of times found myself kind of feeling like, I just feel like people are being very mean to Jess. I couldn't even necessarily put my finger on one thing that anybody said or did, but it just felt to me like in that house, I got the impression that Jess feels very alone throughout this whole week. And I feel like the person in power shouldn't feel like that because normally everybody's kissing up to you. But I don't know. I don't know. And that's not just from like the little dance. It stems from other things that I felt like just.
No, I know, and I guess there's an air of that, but at the same time, every time I picture something, I picture them talking to someone, because they seem to think they have this alliance with almost everyone, like the relationship with Josh and Betty, and then with Kevin. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
I almost feel like this entire game, Jess has been kind of ostracizing themselves more than other people ostracizing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's fair too. I mean, that certainly could be the case.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. But I don't know. I didn't find that to be disrespectful.
No, not at all.
I don't know what that was.
That particular dance, like, if anything, I think of it as a positive. Like, you just got put up on the block. You're dancing your way up there. Sure.
Yeah, whatever. Like, you're trying to be lighthearted about it.
There are plenty of things about Herman that have irked me throughout the season. This was not one of them. I didn't see anything about this that was at all out of line.
All right. I was like, yikes. I feel like I'm going to be the minority on this one.
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't get it. Okay. So then we had this winners themed veto competition. And all I think of when I see winners is Hey Julie saying that winners is for losers. But yeah, so there's I don't know what this was. This was like a little much.
What was it? Oh, this was like the prices and the balancing and
the balancing thing. Yeah, just very, very gimmicky. But at the end of it, Herman won.
Sure did.
Yeah.
5 for 5.
They made quite a show of it.
5 for 5. That's 5 straight weeks.
I love when the veto gets used. And I have to say, and I know we say this every week, but I still say it is absolutely so fun and fantastic that the HOH is not playing in the veto comp.
Like that. So I think more often than not, the veto doesn't get used in an American season. So it's so fun to have to watch people scramble and like try to course correct. And it's just more fun this way.
Yeah. People give a damn about it. People are playing the game the way it's supposed to be. So good. We love it. Thank you, Canada, for playing our game better.
And it even leaves open the opportunity that, like, even if an ally of the HOH, wins the veto, maybe someone will be able to convince them that one move or the other is better. Like, if the HOH puts people up, wins the veto, has all the power, like, it's not exciting, even if their mind changes on their own. But like the fact that the HOH still has to sweat a little bit because is this person still really going to do it? Yeah, you're working together, but are they really going to do what you want? I love it. I love it.
And I love watching the HOH watch the competition, just watch being like, what's going to happen? Am I going to be able to,
what am I going to have to do? How this goes?
Right.
Yeah.
No control.
Yep. Very fun. Very fun. It's excellent. Obviously Herman removes himself. And then Jess puts up TYNESHA, basically putting up a large middle finger to the Siblings Alliance. The Siblings Alliance had its big debut on this week and was now canceled in the same week. Went from 4 to 2 in 1 week, the Siblings Alliance.
This was so messy. I don't know why they did that. It didn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't TYNESHA going up, right, it seems like it would have been Helena.
Yeah.
Right. So if it was that scenario instead, what do we think? Like, would that have been, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's better for Jess's game to put up someone they're not aligned with rather than someone they are, I
agree.
Yeah. Right. But then if you approach it from the other way, like if this was next week, which one of these two do I believe would be trying to get me out? I don't think that Helena is actively trying to go after I don't think that Helena is trying to go after Jess.
Yeah.
B-Bean is back.
B-Bean.
I know, and that's why I was thrown off. I got totally thrown off. Hello, B-Bean. Welcome back. Sorry, Julie Chen. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Then step in. All right. Arisa is the executive producer of BB Can, and maybe Julie should step in and make some changes. Okay, get involved.
Yeah.
Get involved. If you don't like it, change it. But yeah, so I don't know that Helena would have been looking at them as a target.
Right.
I'm not so sure that TYNESHA would not have put them up.
Well,
like, even
it seems
as a pawn.
Right. It seems like, because before it even really happened, or maybe right after it happened, I remember TYNESHA kind of saying like, well, if Jess puts me up, the siblings is over. And that was like,
as it should be, though. As it should be.
Right.
Right. Although I will say, yeah. Although I guess I know in the past
we just made an alliance, and as soon as we make an alliance, you put me on the block. That makes me feel like this alliance is not real. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. Siblings.
I totally agree. Although it wouldn't be the first time that we've seen two alliance members be like, whoever's HOH being like, listen, I need a pawn this week. Would you do it? You know what I mean? And the alliance survives it. Like, it wouldn't be the first time that we saw that. But yeah, I think just looking at the two players, if you're choosing between TYNESHA and Helena, the obvious choice to me to put up is Helena. I don't really.
Right.
I don't really.
I also don't fully understand why those were Jess's only two options.
That's
right.
Yeah.
True. Also,
there's a whole house of people. I don't know why it was only TYNESHA or Helena.
And what do we think? I mean, I guess now it's kind of a moo point, but like. But like, what do we think of like the whole Kevin and Jess thing? Like, I don't know if I really thought that was real, because I don't think that Kevin was treating it as anything real until they won HOH, and then it was like, oh, okay, now we ride together. But I'm not really sure that we did.
No, that was definitely more real on Jess's part than it was on Kevin's.
Yeah, right. Okay,
I think
I just wanted to see where everybody stood on that. Yeah.
I think it was always real to Jess. I think it could have been more real to Kevin in the beginning. And then as things have sort of progressed, like even Betty and Kevin get along now.
I think it was only real to Kevin. I think it was only real to Kevin as long as it benefited him.
Right. As much as he needed it, as much as he needed it, and now he's in a situation where like he didn't really want to work with Jess anyway, it seemed, and he was able to send them out without actually having to do anything. So
sure,
right. Okay, all right, we like it. All right, so everyone expected Moose to go. Needless to say, Moose did not. We lost Miss TYNESHA with vote 5-4. I do have the vote here. If anyone cares. Voting against the Lady TYNESHA was Kevin, Marty, Gino, JC Lynn, who I'm starting to like the two of them. I don't know. I like them.
Gino
and
JC?
Helena. Yeah, Gino and JC. I like them. Just good looking people. Just doing good things. Just fighting a good fight, They're still in it. I don't know, because they become the underdogs now. So now it's like I'm rooting for you guys because they've had a rough go.
I've got something to say about them later. Nothing negative about them as a showmance, but just have a comment.
Well, honestly, it wouldn't matter because now that I've said that I like them, we're losing one of them.
They're going home.
Yeah, we're losing somebody. So that's fine. Give it up. And then for Moose, Betty voted against Moose. Summer, Herman, and Josh for Moose to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm always a little surprised with Josh's vote. Like, I never know what he's going to do.
I feel like Josh never knows what he's going to do, to be honest.
Right.
Like, we heard him in one of the episodes this week saying, like, I'm aligned with every person in the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've noticed he is someone that is very careful about what he says around everyone. He does not. Yeah, he really. I mean, this cast feels very. A lot of the members of this cast feel like they just kind of just say what they're thinking about. And Josh is like the one guy that I look at. I'm like, you're not going to get
super calculated.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love John. He was my winner energy for the men. So far. He's just kind of steady.
I don't know how you guys remember that. I don't remember who I selected. I don't remember any.
Josh and JC, yeah.
Yeah, Josh and JC, who me and Gino were picking. So
I'm sure my people are gone. Well, I think I had said Kyle because he was my name.
My first boot pick could not have been more wrong because Kevin is playing this game.
Oh my god!
Oh, is that who you tweeted that on the socials tonight? That was you.
Sure was me.
It's fun when I don't know who did it. It's very fun.
I thought I was going to hate this man.
Oh, me too.
And I think he's one of the best players on the season, if not the best player on the season.
Yeah. He's really.
He's proved me completely wrong because like the way that his intro video was presented was that like I'm gonna be a monster. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And I was like, everything that he's talking about feels like it's gonna be coming in a mean-spirited way, but it's been the opposite. It's been him being a villain, a monster, but in like the best way because he's not
so smart, so calculated.
Right? Like he's not an asshole. He's not being like an asshole to people, but he is just so smartly manipulating, and he's just maneuvering everything every little which way. Like the conversations he's having, he's so smart. The comments he makes, the way that he like just sort of plants little seeds here and there without getting himself in trouble, like sort of incriminating
and you
himself.
Barely hear anybody talking about him.
Yeah, the one person that seemed like they were on to Kevin's game was Betty. And now Betty gets along with Kevin. So if you can convince the one person that was onto your game to be like, oh no, he's okay, like you're probably doing pretty freaking well.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised by Kevin.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to like him, and I'm kind of glad that he has not disappointed. I really thought my disappointal. My potential for disappointment was very high. But no, he's really proven himself. Yeah, we're starting to stand Kevin.
Oh, I've totally turned around on Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be gone tonight. He might be gone next week now too.
Because
we'll
yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
We'll see how this ages. We are the kiss of death. So, but at least we got you the jury. So you're welcome. You get the full experience. So
can I say before we move on, I don't know if this is like a thing that happened on feeds that I missed. I was like, what is this? Before everybody voted, when TYNESHA made that comment at Jess of like, my name is TYNESHA, not Tiana, names matter.
Oh, that's right.
What was that?
Right.
What happened? What did I miss?
I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
I was
either.
like combing through Twitter, like someone's got to say something, but everybody was just like, yeah, TYNESHA, you let them know. But I was like, what is the context of this? I missed something.
Yeah. Definitely need to investigate.
I was wondering if you guys had heard anything because I didn't know anything.
Nothing. I heard nothing.
No.
BB is saying who is playing the best game as of right now. I think we're in agreement that it could be. I
think it's Kevin.
Well, hold on. Hold on.
I'd say Kevin or Summer probably.
Yeah. I was about to say, hold on.
Summer's up there. Summer's up there.
We can't have this conversation without Summer, and you can't have the conversation without Josh. If you're going to open it up, all right. We were standing Kevin, but hold on. If you're really going to dive into this question, Josh is a part of every single conversation.
Yep.
Like we said before, and Summer,
he's another one whose name is not really in anyone's mouth.
Yeah.
Nor is Summer's, and we saw how Summer really pulled a lot of the strings, with the past chain of events.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Between the three of them, Kevin might just edge him out, though. Just edge him out.
Yeah.
You know who else that nobody's talking about, though, including us until now?
Who?
JC Lynn.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was very high on her when the season first started. Kyle and we had a little discussion about some things.
Yes, I have heard.
On boys' night.
Yeah. No, I heard it. I listened.
I said, but things are a little different.
Yeah,
when Gino's
but
not here.
I don't know. I do like JC. I do. I think she's okay. I'm still.
She's a comp beast.
Yeah, she's
comp
good.
Beast.
How far
can Summer go without wanting to win comps?
So is she actually throwing things, or is she just not good at winning?
She has said that she's throwing some of them. I don't know that she's throwing all of them.
Right.
She has said it.
I do think that I do think that she's smart enough though to get to a point where like if she knows she needs to win, she'll go for the win. So.
Yeah, and I think that's going to expire in a couple of weeks. Because even Herman made that comment. About throwing things, and I'm not even really sure that she threw that. Whatever it was that he said that to, I remember thinking, I'm not sure.
That was the doors, the true or false with the doors.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that she threw that based on her reactions. She did look genuinely annoyed.
I do think she didn't pay attention because she was looking at the men behind the door. I agree with her on that. I think that's true.
I do agree that she was not paying as much attention as she should have.
But I don't think she was actively throwing it.
Right. I think she thought she was paying an appropriate amount of attention. Yeah. And yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. What were we saying before that? Did we cover your side before we move on to the chain of safety?
I was just saying, I don't know what happened with the TYNESHA, Tiana names thing. But if you guys don't know either.
I almost say, all right. The second I hear Tiana and I hear when you say names matter, it almost makes me wonder if maybe they were making some
and that was my thing. I didn't know if it was an intentional shady thing to say or if Jess just kept messing up their name, and I didn't want to make a comment one way or the other, but I was like, that doesn't sound great.
It doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound great. And so when they left, I was like, you know what? I can put it out of my head now. It doesn't even matter. It's over. Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a new competition here, the chain of safety. which seems to be a much better, fun Canadian twist on.
Go ahead.
Come on,
No, you missed
the,
it. You missed
know,
it.
The latency.
I'm sorry.
The delivery was right there for you, and you missed it.
I mean, this.
I
was
actually,
like
you know what? Do you know what I was
an
doing?
underhanded like beach ball.
I'm really sorry. I was Googling the Tanisha Tiana thing to see if I could find anything out. But you want to set it up again?
Well, now people know it's coming. It's less fun.
So the chain of safety.
Oh God.
We played a competition, this little wacky bowling thing, and the winner of wacky bowling is automatically safe and gets to select the next person in the chain of safety. And that person will be safe as we go on and we continue on until we get down to 3 people left, being the next 3 to play in the next competition. The winner of such will be safe, leaving 2 on the block. I'm really happy I was able to get through all that. I was nervous. It's going to mess up along the way. All right, so we play the game. Moose wins the competition and selects
Herman.
I have it. Yes, Herman.
I was like, thank God, Selene has it. All right, and then Herman.
I got it all.
Selects. You do,
Josh.
Herman selects Josh, which okay, all right. See, this is where it gets dicey after this, right? So Herman.
Now you have no
Josh
choice but to show your cards.
Right,
which
exactly.
I love it.
And
I love it.
I love it. I love it for this reason. I love it. This is Manwan gone correct. But Herman selecting Josh, fine. I guess there was some foundation for that. We already heard that Herman believes he has a final 2 with Josh.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And Josh selects
Betty.
Shocker of the century.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know
not
who he was going to
expecting
pick, but I didn't think Betty.
I didn't think Betty was on the list.
Yeah.
At least not at that stage,
Right.
Betty selects
Summer,
which I figured. Summer selected
Kevin, which was an interesting one.
This was very interesting to me.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that.
Yeah.
Not even Gino, who she had such great conversations with during his HOH reign.
Pretty much like orchestrated his whole HOH. Yeah.
And does this also now speak to even what you were saying before, or what you guys were both saying before about Kevin and just playing this game so well that like even Summer selected him.
Yeah.
When there were other people that she might have been better served by.
What about Helena? I would have thought that she would have picked Helena over any of the people that were remaining.
So I feel like because, and granted, like no one really knows what the votes are, but Helena being the deciding vote and sending out TYNESHA to me feels like that alliance is dead. Because they had they were a part of the Mandems.
The Mandams.
Yeah.
Right, the Mandams.
Betty and Summer both voted to keep TYNESHA, and Helena was the deciding vote to send her out.
Yes, she was.
But they wouldn't know that at that time, though, right?
Unless they had already played the numbers game. I don't know.
Yes, they could have played the numbers game. P.S. Were you looking at some of the chat in the video brother tonight?
Here and there.
Where like people were saying like, "Where's Helena? Helena sucks." Like all this. Like,
I was apparently BB Twitter hates her, but I don't know what happened.
What? And I'm like, we have been like loving Helena.
And we've been standing her. I don't know what.
It's like, what.
And I guess that this is we're now on the side where we're the casuals. So I guess we're missing something.
Yeah, this must be a feed thing.
And I'm scared. I'm scared. What are we missing?
I have no idea why.
Yeah, somebody tell us. Somebody tell us because I have not seen any reason.
It horrifies me.
I have not seen any reason to dislike Helena. So I'd be very interested to hear what somebody has to say about it.
Very taken aback. Very.
No, people had a lot to say about her, but I wasn't seeing like the reasoning behind it.
Okay. Just curious. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying before that? Oh, the Mandams being canceled.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Summer picked Kevin. Now, who did Kevin pick?
Marty.
Marty, which, okay. Although, no. All this, he just kept saying this whole time that Helena was his actual number one.
That's true.
But they're aligned in secret. So if he picked her, it would have kind of, like, they're trying to make sure nobody knows they're talking.
I don't know.
So this house is exhausting.
I know. And while I get that, in a scenario like that, if I was Helena, I might feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
But fine. Because Marty selects Helena.
Yeah.
Which really very much surprised me.
Yeah.
What is going on with Marty? Okay, what is going on?
I thought for sure he was going to pick Gino.
That's what I thought too.
There was all of this about this reconciliation and all of this nonsense and all of this and all of this and all of that. And obviously this is not a spoiler. I mean, you should have, if you're watching us tonight, we have to assume that you watched already. The fact that Marty was like going back and forth and like in the dining room with this voting for Gino, which is such a wasted vote anyway. Voting for Gino. I was
really thrown off.
What is this man doing? What is he doing?
Well, there's another interesting piece to this for for later on here too, between Marty and Gino, with the vote that happens after this competition that now Gino, JC Lynn, and Jess have to play. So I don't want to jump ahead, but
there's no jumping ahead.
No, that's what we were talking about.
So no. We were talking about how the safety was being passed, right?
Yeah, but then also like going back and forth in the diary room when it came to time to vote.
Oh, right. Oh, that's right. Oh, you were just saying. Yes, you were just saying that. You were just saying that, right? But so because the whole thing. But then there was a conversation between Gino, Marty, and Kevin, right, in the pantry, I think it was, and Marty was lying. He was saying like, "Oh yeah, I voted Jess. I voted Jess."
That was that conversation as the episode was ending, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's why I was saying I didn't want to jump ahead. So I'm like, I'm all thrown off by the multiple votes. I know. No,
we're all over the place. B. Bean says, does Marty secretly want Gino out? Yeah, I think so.
I guess.
I suppose. He keeps working against him. He said, you got to forgive me. I will never backstab you again.
Yeah.
Twice in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And not only did he not make like
Gino, I'd be like, you know what? I am done with you, sir.
Right.
I am done with you, sir. Okay.
And not only did the backstabbing come like in like, oh, I'm gonna like say I'm gonna do this, but do that. It was like you literally said his name in an eviction vote. It's like that's just
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. I think that needs to end. Poor Gino. He don't know.
Yeah, he's really on his own.
Yeah, he's only got JC Lynn. Who do we want for HOH this week?
I got to tell you, this was a huge missed opportunity for the house. Huge. You could have broken up that. You could have broken up that showmance without anybody actually having to get like the blood on their hands as the HOH, having to nominate them. Like you could have broken up that showmance. Done. But it lives on.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like so many people are against them. I almost feel like it doesn't matter. I feel like at this
I don't see them being a particularly strong showmance.
No.
You know? Like they're not that threatening.
They're not. They don't win things. I mean, JC Lynn does, but Gino.
I just think that
one HOH, but yeah, I don't know.
I just think
I don't get
logically this doesn't make sense to me because you had three people competing: Gino, JC Lynn, and Jess. Gino and JC Lynn are aligned. They're a duo. Their votes are going to go together. And you have Jess, who is clearly the outcast of the house. Right? Yeah. So keep Jess in the house, who's going to be desperate and break up this showmance, which could be power couple that could sway a vote, especially as the numbers are starting to dwindle. That's 2 votes in your direction either way. But if they're not voting the way you want, clearly you don't want them to be around. I kind of think it's a little crazy that people weren't targeting them more and
No,
thinking,
that's
let's
a
go
fair
after,
point.
right?
No, that's
like,
a
let's
fair
go after
point.
Jess. That didn't make any sense to me. And I actually saw, I think it was Evil Dick tweeted out, like, this cast is playing emotionally, not logically.
Yeah. And B Bean has an interesting point too here. Also mentioning the jury portion of this too. Like if one of them does make it to the end, then the other person has like a guaranteed vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that adds another layer.
Which also I have to ask, because we're bringing up jury. So does this mean we're getting an 8-person jury?
I assumed Canada gets a vote.
8-person jury with Canada getting a vote?
Maybe.
Right? Because
or are we getting a final 3 and not a final 2?
A final 3.
Oh, is that something that happens?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just speculating.
I just kind of
think all bets are off.
Get a vote.
No, I just feel like all bets are off in the BB Canada world.
Just because I feel like since they made such a big deal about this is the 10th season, you know, like they're like bringing back all stuff from like past seasons. I feel like Canada is gonna get to vote.
I think that's
fine,
nice. Right? I just hate jury. I hate juries with even numbers in them. You know, yeah. So
I don't think we really get them unless the country votes.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're Celebrity Big Brother, then you don't even get to. We get to vote, but don't even get to see our vote. Yeah, because we only got to vote if it was tied.
Yeah. Right.
Well, that was
because of Catan. Yeah, that wasn't intentional.
Yeah, all things didn't go as planned.
They could have still just given us a vote.
I also don't know why Chris Kattan couldn't vote. He had no more or less information than anybody else.
Right.
Like
exactly.
It's like what, you're penalized? No, you don't get to finish, but you can come to the finale.
You can't vote now. Yeah.
Yeah.
For his 2 seconds of airtime.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid. But
the one thing that we were all vocal about while the episode was airing that we didn't talk about was the fact that Jess wasn't eligible in the first safety competition.
Yeah. So you guys had some strong feelings about this. So tell us why.
I think I'm the only one that had the super strong feelings, right? I was very upset by this.
You were pretty pissed.
Well, because the whole thing, right, is if you're HOH, you don't get to compete in the next HOH. This was not an HOH competition. This was a competition for safety. I feel like it's crazy that you don't, like, if it's literally the person who wins is safe. They don't get to like make any decision. Well, they get to make the one decision, but just by saying a person's name who now they're safe for the night. But like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not like you were just got all the power and now you're competing for all the power again. It's like if safety is on the line of this competition and it's not an HOH, like I'm sure we're going to get another HOH now, right? It's not just going to be the house. Everybody's just sitting around safe for the week. There's no new HOH. I feel like that's the competition that Jess should have been ineligible from. And if Jess loses this competition,
they still got to play in the second part, so it's not like they were totally at the mercy of the house. I feel like it was still kind of formatted as like an HOH veto, even though it wasn't really an HOH veto. You know what I mean?
It's not an HOH though. I think that's weak. I feel like if that much is on the line, you got to let the person play.
I actually believe that they should not have been allowed to play.
Wow. Right.
Yeah, and I only believe because I believe that it's more about it's less about, you know, this is an HOH versus not an HOH, and it's more about the person that is in the most power now suddenly being in a vulnerable position.
Which is how it always goes. The HOH knows that the risk of being the HOH means that now next week you're kind of
right. But that's what I mean.
You have no choice but to fight for it, you know?
And that's fine. But that's why I mean at the next HOH, Jess can't play. Jess is still in a vulnerable position. But you're not in this situation where everybody just found out, hey, if you lose this, you might go home. But, oh, yeah, you're the only one that can't play.
But that's always the case. If you lose the HOH, you might go home.
Well, of course, but you still have a veto, you still have this, you still have that, you still get to campaign.
Right, but which is why I kind of considered the second safety competition as the equivalent of a veto. Jess still had the opportunity to win safety.
Right.
They just didn't.
Right. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just think
I thought it was.
I don't like
thought
it.
Was pretty. Thought it was pretty fair.
I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. I just think that you're at such a huge disadvantage. I just for one competition,
you definitely are at a disadvantage. You are, but
and
like
it's a very different type of disadvantage as just not being allowed to
is.
play in the next HOH.
Like, it's just like, if when you're playing Monopoly, you just draw that unlucky card. Like, it just sorry. Like,
yeah, but still, but
no, and I get
anybody could have picked up that card. Jess was the only one that didn't get to play in this. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
but in a sense, she is the only one that picked up the HOH win during a week going into this Flarney situation. So like,
right.
It's just the luck of when you happen to be HOH.
And that's the risk that every HOH takes.
Right. I'm not saying it doesn't suck. It does suck, but like, oh well.
That's the game.
Sorry. I mean,
I don't know. I have a little bit of a problem with this still.
Go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Like, she just basically went straight to the block. Unlucky. Like Mario Party.
Yeah.
Exclamation point.
No, I get it.
No.
I
That's
understand.
all. That's all.
I get it.
I
get it. I do get it. I just
sucks for them.
Feels a little weird. It feels a little weird.
Well, I'm sure they agree. Evicted 7-2. Okay, so sorry about it. Sorry about it. So, how does this affect anything on the Alliance map? Does it? I don't think so. The heart, I guess, is canceled.
The heart is definitely canceled. Yeah.
Again, I feel like the Mandams are kind of dead.
Oh,
I don't see the remaining 3 working together.
It's an interesting comment from B Bean here. But Jess kind of looked like she didn't want to be there anyway. I don't know that they did. I think they knew they were on the outside and they were just now over it.
I did see a couple of people on Twitter saying like, "Oh, I feel like this is all just like a setup for Jess to self-evict." But nah.
I actually read something on Twitter, and I don't know who knows if it's true or not, but I read something on Twitter this week that like apparently feeds were down for a very, very long time. And
I did hear people complaining about that a lot.
Yeah, and there was some kind of rumor going around that somebody was asking to leave the house, and that's why the feeds were down for as long as they were. And I wonder if that could have been Jess. Seems odd that it would be on their HOH week, but
right.
But I mean, who else could it be? I don't know.
That's interesting. And maybe that's when that TYNESHA and Tiana thing kind of came out.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some research.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that.
Maybe that'll be a reason to reconvene for Manwan Monday.
Manwan.
John is correct. I heard that too. Okay.
Yeah, there were a number of tweets that I saw of people being like, well, I'm not going to bother updating because there's nothing to update on because the feeds have been down for however many hours.
Yikes. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna look into this. We're gonna look into this.
We should.
Okay. All right. Oh, wait. Okay. I forgot.
Oh no.
I forgot. All right. I do not have a picture of tonight's attire. However, what I do have are the official professional photos, not the ones ripped from Video Brother. All right, we have the official photos of last week's attire. And I wanted to know if anyone is looking to change their opinion. Now, I still say this dress is a mess. Let me get rid of these. Let me get this caption out of here. Now, the shoes. Here's where the debate can come into play here, okay? She gave us this also. And we didn't really get to talk about these. Now
I mean, the shoes are cute. The dress still doesn't.
I know,
The shoes can be cute if the dress isn't.
The hue of blue is electric.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. It is. I would not say that it brings the ensemble together because honestly, look, we're losing the blue. We're losing.
Yeah, I just this dress ain't it.
Okay.
I don't know. You know what? I like it now. Hot. She's hot.
A revise. And see, this is what I thought could happen. I wanted to promote something.
This is
new.
a great. It's a great picture. It's a great picture.
It is a great picture. But again, the shoes are getting swallowed. You're getting
I mean,
swallowed.
Arisa can literally wear a garbage bag and look bomb in it, but like this dress is just not cute.
It's about the dress. The dress is still no good. But I want to give the shoes a hot.
I'm saying hot.
I want to separate.
I know. I like the shoes. The shoes are cute.
Yeah, I want to separate because the shoes are so good. I want to separate it because it should not be lumped in with the knot of the dress. You see what I'm saying? That's all. That's all.
I'm giving everything a hot. Arisa, hot. Dress, hot. Shoes, hot.
B-Bean says, careful with the roasting of Arisa after the Oscars this week. Arisa has a husband. Listen. Yes, listen, I don't need to get popped. Listen, but also
I don't need to get popped.
Oh, no.
Need to get popped. Let me just tell you something. This is not a roasting of Arisa. We are assessing Arisa's attire, okay? It says
Arisa looks great no matter what she is wearing.
Yes, all right. We stand Arisa. It is the dress, okay? The dress. And unless she designed it, then it's not directly for her. Okay? It's not directly for her. But if she did design it, then we are having a different discussion, and then I might get popped. Okay, yeah, I might. I think we all would then. I think we definitely, Gino would definitely be missing some teeth.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because Gina really hated it. She really hated it. But around, I guess that's all I have. Anything else? Oh, well, I wanted to tell you that I got trolled.
Oh, yes. What is this?
Yeah, so I had added on Twitter. I said, I can't wait to be talking about tonight's double eviction, yada, yada. And then I said, ooh, maybe I can get the gang to talk about American Song Contest. And I said, but the silence in the group chat leads me to believe that they're not actually watching. And then I thought about it. I was like, I don't know that I ever actually mentioned it in the group chat. But then somebody had responded and said, oh, well, maybe it's because of the appropriation. And I'm like, okay, just forget it.
What?
Oh, can we talk
I don't know anything about the show. I'm sorry, I can't.
I know, so we can't even get into that. I would love to because I know because you're not watching, you don't care. But we can talk about the Will Smith thing for sure.
Okay.
What did you think about this Will Smith slap?
I mean, it's just wild. It's just wild.
Yeah, I just can't believe it happened.
Yeah, like the joke's not okay, but at the same time, like you can't just walk up and put your hands on somebody. You know what I mean? The joke was not okay. I'm sorry. Like it was definitely, that was a bad joke. But you can't hit somebody in the face because they said a joke you didn't like. You can't do that. What do you guys think?
I agree with you. I do agree with you. But let me tell you something. If I was Jada, I would be like,
get him.
Yes. And if you did, honestly, if you did anything less and I'm sitting right there, I'd be pissed. Maybe not anything less. Maybe you don't need to get up and hit him on TV, but the joke was bad, B-Bean, because she did not choose to be bald. All right, she has health issues and does not like the fact that she is. Okay, so to make light of someone's health issues when they are not empowered by this decision that they felt they were forced to make. This was not a joyful shedding of the hair. So it was just a little tasteless. And from what I read online, it looks like there has been some history with Chris Rock,
I heard that too,
and the Pinkett Smiths.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oop. Yeah, but we don't know what was in Chris's. I know what you meant heart. He said he didn't know that. That's what he says. That's what he says. Well, that's also what an embarrassed person would say after they got popped on national television.
Right. See, that's the thing. So, I do have it. I do find it hard to believe that Chris Rock couldn't have known that.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's pretty common knowledge.
It's common knowledge. It's been put out there.
And it's in your circle too. It's in your circle. Like
right. And I will say over and over and over again, I will say this always, he should not have made that joke. He should not have made that joke.
Yeah.
It was not a good joke. But I still will stand by, like, somebody could say the meanest thing to me about my mother. I'm not going to go and now put my hands on you because guess what? You can press charges on me. I just, that's the way I feel about it. God, it just, the whole thing sucks. And the whole thing is very weird, but
so I can't say I'm on board. I don't know. Say something about my mother.
No.
I might hit you.
I agree.
I would love to say in a perfect world we wouldn't, but
it's hard. But that's
we don't
the
live
truth
in a
of the
perfect world, and I am far from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We don't live in a perfect world,
So.
But that's just the truth. Like you can say things, but you can't put your hands on another person. And I feel like that's what it comes down to.
Would Will have slapped Dwayne Johnson?
I don't think he would have.
I don't think he would have either. No, I don't think so either. Definitely not. But all right. Well, maybe we'll be back on Monday. I kind of miss Mondays.
I do too,
I know. I feel like I haven't spoken to you in years.
Yes. Although it is nice sometimes, like, to have the night off, isn't it? It is.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll circle back. We'll see. But more than likely, it could be fun. Especially we can find out some more about this TYNESHA Tiana thing. Yeah. But all right. Yeah, I guess check the socials. BB jury duty. We don't say that enough. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Lots of fun. All right. Thanks a lot. Chain of safety. We're out of here.